Do you know that nicotine is the #1 cause of preventable death in the U.S.?
We want to help you or someone that you love to break free from nicotine dependency. Would you like to know some practical strategies?
Watch this video all the way through, increase your understanding of nicotine, and practice these strategies to break free from the power of nicotine. Smoking kills more people each year than alcohol, AIDS, car accidents, illegal drugs, murders, and suicide combined each year.
That's a lot of people. Conservatively estimated, smoking kills 480,000 Americans each year, the #1 source of preventable deaths in the United States.
That's like almost 500,000 people.
That's a lot of people.
14% of the U.S. adult population smoke, which is too many. It's significantly better than 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but it's absolutely still too many. So vaping is a rising form of nicotine intake. It was meant to be a safer alternative to smoking as part of cessation programs, yet it has dramatically increased in use among adolescents and adults. So what we know is that the smoking in the lungs causes lots of problems. So the alternative in helping people quit was the invention of vaping, which would be just getting nicotine into your system without all the smoking stuff. And so they created that, and now the teenagers and the young adults have latched onto that, and it's become a huge problem among that population.
Yeah. The rising risk factors of vaping has caused banning of vaping in 30 countries around the world, but not the U.S.
Yes, but we're on our way, huh?
We're on our way.
So what are the effects of nicotine? Well, inhaled smoke of vaping gets nicotine to the brain in 8 seconds.
It releases dopamine, the pleasure chemical, suppresses appetite, stabilizes mood during stress. This is why we like it.
Yes. So the nicotine habit creates strong behavioral associations. Like, for example, you might smoke after dinner. You might stop and get cigarettes on the way home from work at the same place. What's important to understand is that when you're trying to quit smoking, it's not just the stopping of nicotine, but it's also breaking the associated behaviors that go with the nicotine.
Yes.
So in order to be successful, you can't just get medical intervention to stop the nicotine. You need to have behavioral therapy to help you break those associations. So nicotine can cause dizziness, lightheadedness, sleep disturbances, hardening of the arteries, increase in blood clotting, we know lung cancer, shortness of breath, tremors, headaches, change in heart rate, dependency, and many other health issues.
So you can tell it's dangerous with all that.
And we've had a lot of education, that really points to the fact that nicotine is so addictive because we've had the education about how bad it is for our bodies, how it cuts our life short, how it can cause cancer and all these things. And yet we still smoke, which points to the power of the addiction.
Yes.
So can you get dependent or addicted to nicotine?
Absolutely, yes. People still smoke after all the education, as you said, and we've treated people that said that it was easier to get off of heroin than it was to get off of nicotine.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
One of the signs of dependency is increased intolerance. So we get a relaxed feeling after one cigarette. Now it takes 2 or 3 to get that same relaxed feeling. When you start having tolerance shifts, that's an indication that a person is moving into addiction.
Yes. 3 common questions for dependency that you can ask yourself. Do you smoke more than 15 cigarettes a day?
Yes or no?
Yes or no? Do you smoke within 30 minutes of getting up in the morning?
Yes or no?
If you go 4 hours without smoking, do you crave? Do you start to have cravings?
Yes or no? Mm-hmm. And if you answer yes to those 3,
you're addicted.
You're in the club.
You're in the club.
Yeah. So withdrawal, once you become dependent, begins 1 to 2 days after stopping nicotine. It peaks in the first week and then it begins to subside in 2 to 4 weeks. But the first month is horrible. Like all these symptoms are very, very strong. And what are some of the symptoms of withdrawal? It includes cravings, it includes increased appetite, it includes irritability, anxiety, difficult concentrating, depressed mood, and insomnia. It doesn't sound like fun.
No, it's not. And to let you know that it's 6 to 8 weeks emotional detox. And that's what we're talking about, the irritability, the anxiety, the depressed mood, the insomnia, that you go through a 6 to 8 week emotional detox. So if you're aware of that, that helps you know that things are going to get better.
Look, we want to encourage you. If you're addicted to nicotine, you can do this.
Yes.
And you need to do it for yourself. But you need to be prepared for 1 month of a lot of difficulty in how you feel physically and emotionally, or even up to 2 months. But you get through that and you'll feel a lot better. So let's talk about cessation programs. They must involve behavioral therapy in addition to any medical intervention. We talked about that a little bit. You know, there's patches that can regulate the levels of nicotine in your body. There's gums that can be very effective. There's medicines such as Chantix, which blocks the dopamine receptors so you don't go into those severe withdrawals. We've also found a medication that's called Wellbutrin that can be very effective in decreasing the desire of the habit for more. So you can look into those medical interventions, but also make sure you do something to work on the behavioral therapy. So there's 7 ways to get past nicotine cravings. We want to go over those right now. Cravings usually last about 10 minutes. And these are recommendations from the Mayo Clinic.
Yes. Number 1, steer clear of triggers. So things that really upset you, that you already are really aware of things that upset you, like someone at work, you don't get along with this person. Don't go and break at the same time as that person. You know, the other thing is like when you're driving home from work and you always stop at this one particular place and get your cigarettes, go a different route.
Yeah. Number 2, set a timer. You know the cravings last about 10 minutes. You start having a craving, set your timer on your phone, on your watch, and count down 10 minutes. And after that period of time, they'll start subsiding.
Yes. Number 3, chew on something. McDonald's has the straws. Their straws are the exact same size as a cigarette. So people cut these up. One of my clients told me about it. They cut them up the same size as a cigarette, put them in a old cigarette pack, and when they want a cigarette, they grab that straw because it's the exact same size as a cigarette.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you see people walking down the street smoking
straws,
you know they watched our show.
Yes.
Number 4, run up and down stairs if you're in a building that has stairs. If you don't, go for a brisk walk. What cigarettes do, or what nicotine does, is it increases dopamine levels. One of the most best natural ways to create dopamine is brisk exercise. So that can be a good replacement.
Yes. Number 5, call someone for support. Get a support buddy, someone that really loves you, that can help you get through that 10 minutes, and give them a call and let them say, you got this, you can do this. You just got 7 more minutes, we can do this.
Number 6, discover new ways of de-stressing.
Yes.
You know, at some point when you're addicted to nicotine or any drug, you're using it to manage emotionally. Find other ways to manage your emotions. That perhaps could be journaling, calling a friend, expressing it some other way that's helpful, going for exercise. Find other ways of distressing.
Yes. And number 7, review your reasons for quitting. Put on your phone a picture of your children, picture of your grandchildren, make a list of why you're quitting, why is this so important, and review that daily. Review it. And then that way, if you're having a hard time, go and look at this, because this is what's going to help you get over that 10 minutes. And if you have to do it 10 times a day, do it. Sooner or later, you'll only have to do it once a week, and sooner or later, it will already be in your heart and you won't need to look at it.
So these are the 7 ways to get rid of or get past nicotine cravings.
Yes.
Practice these and be empowered so that you can overcome nicotine addiction.
Yes.
We have a wonderful resource for you if you're struggling with nicotine dependency. Get this book today called Nicotine Anonymous. It's great education, it's great support, it's great inspiration. We have a link in the description. Get it today if you're struggling, and I promise you, it will help you in your journey to break free. We also did a video called Do Drugs Affect the Brain? And it's actually graphic SPECT scans that show the impact that abusing drugs has on the brain. If you'd like to see that and see this video, please click on this video now and we will
See you in the next video.